Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to World of Tanks Blitz. We are here. Okay, let me just adjust the settings. So we're here in the garage. We're going to take a look at this little thing, which is the Blaze WZ, or the full name, which is the Blaze WZ135G FT, which is part of the Year of the Rooster special celebrations, which, if we take a look here, New Moon, which is this one, the New Moon event. And yes, I did straight up complete the special event, because here's the special event. As you can see, you can either go down the fire or the ice. So I'm gone with both of them. I couldn't be bothered to complete missions, so I was like, nah, no, we're just going to go straight and get them. And so this is one of the tanks, which is a tank destroyer. It's a hybrid tank destroyer, as you can see by the flag at the back. Any tank which has got this flag as a hybrid vehicle, where it doesn't fit into the tech tree, such as the Helsing or the Blaze. And so, having a look here at the Blaze, first up, just look at that gun mantlet. It's like a dragon, which is hence why it's got the fire there. So it's like you've got a dragon there. And around the top of the turret, as you can see, got two, which it's basically a dragon which has got like one head but two bodies, with a tail going back down there. And what this is, it's a type of turreted tank destroyer, except the gun can only traverse to about over here. It's not a completely rotating turret, but the gun can point around about there. So there's that, and if we have a look at it here, 35% protection, 54% firepower, 71% shot effectiveness, and 54% maneuverability. So if we have a look here, 950 HP is a fair amount for a tier 7 tank destroyer. If we take a look in the tech tree here at, for example, tier 7, you got the T25AT, which has got 980 HP. Let's have a look at another type of turreted tank destroyer. 970 for the T25-2. With the upgraded turret, it goes to 1020. Let's have a look at the Germans. What do they get? They, of course, get the Jagdpanther. There we go, Jagdpanther. That gets 1050 HP. You got the Sturm-Meal, which gets 1000. You've got the Russians with the ISU, or is it the SU-152? SU-152, which has got 1000. You've got the SU-101, which has got 970. You've got the SU-122-44, which gets 950, so the same as the Blaze WZ. And then, of course, you've got the British. And the British have obviously got the most health out of all of the tank destroyers. Yeah, 1250 and 1200. So, yeah, fair amount of HP for them. But the Blaze here has got one of the least amount of HP. It's only equivalent with the SU-122-44, so it doesn't have a large HP pool. Which is a problem because it doesn't have that much armor. 75 at the front of both the turret and the hull, 60 side, 40 rear hull armor, 30 turret armor. So I mean, the front of it, although it's 75 at tier 7 isn't that great armor. So you're not likely to bounce a lot of things at this tier off of that armor, and the sides are just weak anyway. So basically, there's no real effective armor unless you're at an extreme angle like that and it ricochets off. But other than that, side scraping's not going to work. Yeah, none of that. But it is a fairly small little tank if you compare it to the Type 62. There you go. They're both sort of fairly small tanks compared to the tank consign. It's a pretty small tank compared to even the T23-3. It's actually a fairly small tank. I mean, there's the Helsing, there's the Blaze. Not much in between those two. The Helsing may actually be a little bit bigger, so at least it should have a fairly good camo value. As for maneuverability, 25 tons is all it weighs with a 520 horsepower engine, which means that it does go at 50 kilometers per hour with a 30 degrees per second hull traverse, which isn't actually that great, but it goes fairly fast, and the turret traverse at 20, which, well, turret attack destroyers don't have particularly quick turning turrets anyway, so yeah, nothing much there. So here is the engine that it gets, an 8V135-2 engine, 520 horsepower with a 20% chance of fairing impact. There's the suspension, load limit 27 tons, so got a little bit to play around with, and of course there's the turret, which has got 230-meter view range. So yeah. But now we come to the gun, and what the gun that it gets is a 122 D25 CA gun. So it's a sort of fairly standard 122 gun. It has a 4.64 rate of fire rounds per minute, which isn't actually that quick. Gets the same 175 average penetration, 217 with APCR, 64 with high explosive. Average damage 400, yeah, 122 gun, not much difference there. 0.41 accuracy with my augments, and a 5.6 aim time with my augment equipment. So yeah, there's the basic stats. It doesn't look that great, really, but I mean it has a pretty powerful gun mounted on a pretty quick chassis, so you can get to places where people won't expect you. But as for gun depression, it probably goes down to about there. Not too sure on the gun elevation. They don't give that away on Blitz. Not yet, at least. Carries only 24 rounds of 122 ammunition, which, yeah, not that many rounds. Then again, the battles only last for a maximum of 7 minutes, so, I mean, this thing reloads in about 12 seconds with these upgrades, which means shoot about 6 rounds in a minute. So you have to fire for about 4 minutes straight to expend all of its ammo, so I mean you shouldn't really be doing that anyway, so I mean there's that. As for the equipment, you've got no improved vents. Obviously it's an open topped turreted tank destroyer, so no improved vents, but you do get a gun rammer is what you're going to want. 122, you're going to want the gun rammer for that. Enhanced gun lane drive, yep, you're going to want that as well. After all, this is a 122, so you're going to want the enhanced gun lane drive. Toolbox is always useful. Go ahead and fit that if you want. Light spool liner, no. Your armor's not great. You don't really want a spool liner on this thing. Tanks filled with CO2 and wet ammo rack for plus 50% fuel or ammo durability, respectively, in case you keep getting ammo racked or set on fire. Enhanced suspension, plus 30% of suspension durability. You could do. Pretty nippy tank. Camanet and binos, maybe not so much on this tank. 122s aren't that accurate, so you don't really want either of those equipment. But if you really want your view range up, then there's coated optics, which is always a useful thing to just bung on if you want to put something on. You have 24 rounds in total. As for provisions, you got standard or improved fuel for plus 3 or 10% respectively to engine power and traverse speed. Activate automatically, permanent throughout battle. Protective kit, plus 15% of protection of crew from injuries, 10% speed and module repair, 20% fire protection, and 10% ammo and fuel tank durability. So yeah, once again, throughout battle. Then you've got tinned food, or you've got field rations for plus 3 or 10% respectively to crew mastery. Restricted to hybrid nation vehicles, which is interesting. But it's the same sort of equivalent as case of cola, improved combat rations, all of those things. Now, as for the consumables, I've gone with the standard repair kit, first aid kit, fire extinguisher. Then you've got engine power boost, 20% to engine power for 15 seconds with a 75-second cooldown. Then you also have adrenaline for plus 20% to low speed, 10% chance of damaging enemy vehicle modules, 50% duration with a 75-second cooldown. As with those two, with these ones it's still 90-second cooldown for multiple uses per battle. Then you've got the multi-purpose restoration pack, which is basically all three of these rolled into one. And if you've seen any of my other reviews, you will know what I'm about to say, and that is The reason I go with all three of these instead of one of them and two of these is because A, I probably wouldn't use these. As much as they may be effective and useful, I probably would not end up not using them. But also, say you have these two and one of these multi-purpose restoration packs, and you then have your tracks blown off and you need to get out of there. So you use your multi-purpose restoration pack to repair your tracks, and then 10 seconds later you get hit and set on fire. Now, what do you do then? Because you've used your multi-purpose restoration pack, that's got a cooldown of 90 seconds now, so you can't use that, and these two things don't put out fire, so you can't put out the fire, you're going to keep burning, which is why I go with the 3 standard consumables. But then, each to their own. If you want to use either of these two, then you can. It's not up to me to dictate, it's all depending on your personal style. And as for the crew, nothing much I can say. It's the Tank Destroyer. It'll start training Tank Destroyer skills. So overall, this tank is fairly fast, premium turreted Tank Destroyer. It's got a very nice camouflage on it, especially the gun mantlet. The gun mantlet's what sold me on this tank. Just that dragon head mounted as the gun mantlet is just a really nice addition, and it's generally a cool looking camouflage. And it also has got a nice gun on it. It's fairly punchy. It's a pretty good 1-2-2. So yeah, I'll thank you for watching.